Mechechi Obibia, Emowakwaba, Edmoba, Mervin TV so. Mervin, and I can say. Honorable Ken Agyapong, if free American mem, Abedru Ghana. Na ohe video chegwia eyemra obedru Ghana last week at Kotoka International Airport. Adofo omo board dompim ekohia no ewo Kotoka International Airport no na edi kanye. Natural say yes. The food you apparent benefore say any piano. Eche kra Anas ene ne lawyers. Say Anas issue Ken Agyapong ewo America mem New Jersey. Ye di asem no na jury no verdict de buy no. Say Ken Agyapong entua $18 million. Enfama Anas Arimiao Anas. Asem de beton from amu na ye hu efu obiamu. Tina manfo bebre ma ho comment ewo social media. Ebinim say Kennedy kasadodo. Ebinim say no Kennedy ayade because what cheso e bema. At the time, Anas, this investigative journalism, Tiger Eye, Ghana, ne memo bia kademu, Kennedy ne tumi original a challenge Anas, Anas, a true trust in videos are no the implicate amount for a frame woman. You heard judges need to see and a whole lot of things. Nature say, Ibinimuso Bok Ken Agyapong, Abaso, I am Mervin TV so, Muslim from Mervin, and I'm Mukase. So subscribe to this YouTube channel. Let's also be subscribed to my YouTube channel. You like it, na share more on you if you don't who you are. Ye di was a platform so. Muslim from Mervin, made us be brave, Onia, so do a video to her. No man who an American. Yes, a better from Memune Binumukase. Anas filed a defamation case against the Honorable Ken Agyapong Ghana. Ye di asemno, ye di Anas. Na ebinum person mtrese Anas say asem na nkoyi amaniti e na otam asem ni free Ghana or the aba US court so omo hwe no omo di man enye sanity enye the same case na ye di no Ghana ye bua Anas Arimiao Anas for and otam de ko USA ye ndi na asem man yen kan hu se mranka sa no territorial Ghana ye mra ni judicial system ni court system ni different from how it operates in Ghana. And America for also almost judicial system also ye different on how they operate in America. Na sane se hunti and Anas ye Ghana ni na Honorable Ken Agyapong so ye Ghana ni na Anas betebre asem every Ghana no de akọ America court se omundi na asem man. Eno na me be chirechiro mu e ba ne sen se ye be Emra Anas ye expose bia number 12. Kwesi Nantechi former Ghana Football Association. Omo boss. Di be frame one. Omo si omo man bribe. Ewo Dubai hotel bi. Emma it's amounting to $65,000. Say foreign investors bi person omo be operate business ewo Ghana. Ti omo pekwan omo betimi afasonia facilitate omo papers a omo betimi di operate omo businesses no. Kwesi Nantechi was heard saying a whole lot of things. So President Dio catch President Dio and a whole lot of things. But he need to sort other people's out. No, kwesi nantechi ebo omo din pa hospital to me show omo sem se ne be ya omo akuma beba from na yombe ala masa business na koso. Among them no was Honorable Ken Agyapong. Honorable so buanjo because obi enim so a no nonsense man. Or a man that stands zero when it comes to corruption. He will fight it. Emma onu so any brave Anas so. Even though Anas na catch a question he said onka de okayen. But Anas was also trying to use it to implicate Honorable Ken Agyapong. So also you're corrupt. In that wise, no, Honorable so fair power pass power. And do also so ekonya raw footage of Anas the way all pretty. Then sama o ye ne hawa only o manfo and that's what that manfo bi edu omu ko tibia bia ema omu ho ba asem into also gather videos ni na and almost show you. The title of that video was Who Watches the Watchman? If say what Anas is doing is genuine, never poor Ghana, not portray good. Nobody has a problem with it. To fight corruption is a good thing because Africa any other parts of the world corruption and bribery. Intino say idea portray in a good image but not in a situation whereby you be picking your choosing your frame others. Okay? Because what was going on now, who watches the watchman now? Right now, I don't know. Cause there's gonna be a time. Cause sorry, obi abedwane. If you say or the mask edra him or court, not judge catch and say only mask now. Also only, and nobody dares ask him or to force him to take it off. It is knowing who this Anas not a mystery. Why man? Why you just as a way spirit? But to be honest, between you and I, this is Anas in the US courtroom. So the question here is, sa judicial system in Ghana, onu Anas, the video in and the lawyers no so say, yen dina sema money ye my branding say, or according to one of the report from one of the judges, say onyeni nyuma ye now investigative terrorists and a whole lot of things. Well, the question here is, when you obinya asem na say we the kokota, everybody want to see who that person is. Because but here is the case. Anas will refuse to take out the mask and nobody dares to question or ask Anas to say, only the mask Anas only. These are part of the issues. But I had the Oba US court, what the case in the idea? Where you in? Na this case in the buy, man Anas by US ever file a defamation case against the Honorable Kennedy or Ken Agyapong. It based on the interviewer, one it that Fred America mem New Jersey. No, and Honorable Ken Agyapong ebe describe Anas so a cromfo we udini. Sambakaya Anas issue Honorable Ken Agyapong Ghana for damages on defamation Olusu case no. It was alleged and assumed, and based on the video in some Anas a can on video muno. No person chese Ghana ya man atentine America for the Oma man atentine. Na jury of 8. Omye jury yi omu nyina ko benkrum e ka say Honorable Edifo nti ho say otua mpata sika America sika no 18 million. Na no na verity ruling yi ba ye pe na man for starting ye. Na the Honorable Ken Agyapong wajinani so. Na mtie interview bi with one of our Anas lawyers no. No oni efia pokuya program bi no kasa. I heard the lawyer na kan na chese asem de adie me boana. Okay. Dudu na so on the social media both in US and Ghana. Videos at the last Honorable can send me say the vitriol by the taxpayers' money now. Alfred Agbesi Wayobi and free Ghana government to honor. Wyoming is still walking around freely. Wyoming is walking around in Ghana freely as a free man. What you says Ghana government and as why would you rejoice in haste? Say your debt. Say hey, Anas Kesa or file against Ken Agyapong or hey, Ken Agyapong. No, that's not the way it is. And the lawyers were also saying, say, hey, Ken Agyapong, Yashano, Kota Shano, so also $18 million. Edema Anas, Arabia Anas. Well, my point is, one who was say this is the ruling that came out. I feel also on friend say a judgment because there are some paperwork or some things that also and a whole lot of things. Say your third week. According to Honorable Ken Agyapong, no more courtroom and no can say filing for mistrial. Didn't filing for that mistrial. Anas the lawyers nima di see outsiders person created that propaganda because what Anas is trying to do is to try to retain his integrity. But could it be possible? Say Ghana for better say Anas assigned the kakamo to be no drenny. And I say, well go on. No idea no way. I doubt it. One. Anas lawyers say mistrial and a judge nansum. Afraid you see file for remitita and just say negotiate on Tikanos. But there is more into it than anything else. At the closing, Kennedy or Ken Agyapong lawyers raised an issue of bias from the jury because based on the instructions that were given to them, say also more awarded within $10 million, not more, but they can go down. Almost so $18 million. That means so almost the 8 million and atoso. Nesidenti. That means so almost so I'm a verdict, not jury, I'm making up on my mind based on probably the almost TFR Honorable Ken Agyapong and I say the of which I don't know which is which, and I cannot point my finger here. But here is the case. Or draw attention to a catcher judge and they say this cannot go on. This is a mistrial. They are seeking for that. Sources just say about 30 days. We are waiting for the 30 days. But the question here is, say your true sir and pa, yet it's $18 million of verdict award Emma Anas say honorable Ntria. I didn't know for a final statement from the court about the ruling number out. And can you still tell me, say, because the lawyer is still insisting, say, as for the jury, verdict of 18 million still stand. Hell no. We are waiting for the final report for them to post and let us know. Like I'm saying, Honorable Abedru Ghana, say Anas Arimia Anas or well, Anas person say Ken Agyapong egunu enu ase egunu ho fi. Ama walusu ne Inyuma bi ano oye ni skank also wonya. Bibi tse first ni invite okoma speeches and lectures in other places. Oxford, US, Canada, and a whole lot. But say obi am friend bio. Afen so officer o say no ni Al Jazeera adwuma any BBC nyina terminate the contract. Enti no so hwe ni ska walusu and afen so ade ba ko a Me trust who say sometimes lawyers need know there was an issue that was raised say Argentina announced by US court or ye mask in free name. No Ghana near castle ye mask now only. And a case between him and Kwesi Nyantakyi. Anas is refusing to take off the mask. So as a result, I don't know where that case has been. If you're a lawyer, what the lawyer was saying is, well, the evidence, the audio and the video recordings are there. And why should we have to force him to take off his mask? Because it's not an individual as an ass. If it's not an individual as an ass there, why is he covering his face? Let's say, true. A tiger eye, PI, fine. That's a individual as an ass. It's an associator. That is the question I'm asking. Argentina, US, and so the video and the audio evidence and everything are there. But about US court there, he has to remove the mask. Argentina knows one mask, one better courtroom hall. Because here is one of the arguments. Say, you're unveiling a mask, everybody knows who Anas is. I'll be obeshian baby, pointing like I said, this is Anas. Who caused it? Is it Ken Agyapong or Anas himself that brought himself into the situation that he finds himself in now? I don't know. It's a question that I'm asking. Is it Ken Agyapong? On the force of the mask, US court. The evidence and everything is on the table. They played the video and everybody heard it and everybody knows. Yes. Anas ni video but why say Anas? I say mask no one found in US courtroom. That is the question I'm asking. If the lawyer is saying Ghana, the evidence and everything was there, why would we force him there? Then America they will buy and what be. And at the same time, we think system ninja good. You cannot wear this and sit in a courtroom. How could you file a complaint against your opponent and your opponent doesn't know who you are? It doesn't work that way. At least there's a saying that goes, El Bro Kasem said, he who comes to equity must come with clean hands. And this is exactly what is going on. And it is true. One fundamental rule in criminal justice is the right to be heard. So all that I'm trying to say here is sometimes argument be now my confused. But it's simple. This is common sense. I dare catch us a Ghana when you buy US the way. No money. The agenda and the propaganda here. Immediately after the verdict and original court name Shaka Kamotubino at the year the video. More video. Yes, so on ye and us on one to rebrand his image, to rebrand his integrity. With all these things, with all due respect and everything that he was saying is just a mere propaganda. For 2 foot Ghana for winning. Watch I say, yes, me and Nas, Masamba back. Say, Honorable Kudru Ghana. More welcome a year, the man. It tells you, that people are not interested in Anas ways, or the investigative journalism. Because all that he was trying to do is not for the good image of Ghana, but for one personal gain. Because one, young Ken will say, you good for Ghana, never benefit you now. We are for it. Say, with this verdict, Obebo Seba Kache Ghana for say, Yedina Samaman, Yaodwa Manano. We are waiting for the final judgment, the final statement, ruling of the court, the official one. Civil suit is very, very complicated and it's very complex. Alfred Agbosi Wyoming, the judgment debtor Ichiamano, Ghana government filed a civil suit, so on Triana back. When you say at a point in time, you see a ton of job at the end in our crown and we don't know us at now, so we're Triana, so Tria. Now to me, so far, me and your prejudice towards ourselves. I mean, we have to stay focused and know that Ghana is the only Ghana that we have. At least, portray Ghana in a positive way, not in a negative way. Now, Ghana bet me up to my prefera, now you crabbery. Now attracting more foreign investors. But I say we on the other for so do a video to how team. Send them betray. When in Zambia, Anas, then the lawyers person Ghana for him. But the question that we are asking is, where is Anas now? Waba Ghana, Anas all that's all US. I am Merobin TV, Merobin, and I'm Nimukase. So on subscribe to my YouTube channel. Mr. So be subscribe to my YouTube channel. You like it? No ashama on yebi. No nyanuso who juma ye did wa. A check around message so with me a bell notification icon. Send a bay a brand beer may post video via. Also Sabeka no ye via. Made us be brave. So Jim Ray now team. Merobin, Macron.